everyone. For my today's presentation, the topic is teaching methods, ancient versus modern approaches. Beginning with what is teaching method? A teaching method is a set of principles and methods used by teachers to enable student learning. Teaching method is any process a faculty or an educator does in the class for creating an understanding in the mind of a student. This method is classified into two parts. It is teacher-centered approach and student-centered approach. A teacher-centered approach is an approach where teacher is a controller, is at the center of a teaching or learning process, is an authority, where students are in the passive role, while the student-centered are where students are equally participating in the teaching and learning process. They are also having an active role in a learning process, while teacher becomes just a facilitator or a coach to the students. We see that there were various teaching methods in the ancient period or in the traditional teaching method, and today we are focusing very much on the new teaching methods, which are more student-centered teaching methods, focusing more on NEP 2020. Then the question comes that whether all the traditional or custom teaching methods were wrong or not effective, not resulting into the proper knowledge. But if we see certain methods, we realize that the new teaching methods have their backbone, their foundations, or their base in the ancient, traditional, or customary teaching methods. Beginning with lecturing. Lecturing has been a very strong or the major way of delivering the classes in ancient period, and even today we see that major of the teaching is done through lecturing. In ancient, we see that oral teaching and preaching was done in gurukulas and even by Socrates and Plato. And today also we see that lecturing is a major point, but due to the advent of technology, multimedia presentation, use of music, speakers have become a role or is playing a major role in the classroom. Next method, if we look, is a demonstrating. Demonstrating is showing in the classroom, practical showing of any knowledge, which is majorly done in the chemistry classes, physics classes, art classes. There comes a question in the classes where the lectures are in chalk and talk method or in a theoretical subjects. But since we see that even in the ancient time, gurukulams used to give them an exposure of learning things by doing, feeling everything, experiencing everything. Even in the modern time, we see the advent of technology is taking a place even in the theoretical subjects, where in the lectures, the subjects other than science, maths, and art are also making presentations or bringing videos, making videos which are visually and in an audio form more effective to the students and are interactive, having some experiments, whether they are English lectures or whether they are Gujarati stories. The other method, classroom discussion. We know even in the ancient period, dialogues was the major form. Even some written English works are in the dialogue and questioning, where people used to do debates. But with the coming time, certainly this method was lost and only the passive listening by the students began. But today we see in a student-centered approach, the discussions, debate, online forums have increased in classroom, and also students are taking active part in all the social or cultural or political discussions. Then questioning. Questioning has been, which is also known as Socratic method, when a person asks questions and he or she receives an answer from the students or a listener, or he is the only one questioning and answering to explain the concept to the students. In the modern period, we see we have a batch of students who are not yet active in answering. But still, as an educator, we try to bring MCQs, Kahoot, Mentimeter, such technologies and software that through answers, they get a clarity in their concepts. Other is experiential learning. This concept of experiential learning has grown after the NEP 2020. And people are having some workshops, seminars, FDPs, majorly on the concept of learning by doing. But the question arises that is this concept or is method have suddenly got this rise? But no, even in the ancient period, there was there was a method of having hands-on learning of everything, doing the task in real world and developing those skills. Even today we see that the people who are aged or our grandparents, they have more skills, they do things better than us, whether it is working with electricity or some major task, home task, they do better than us. Even a skillful people who have learned, who have degree, cannot solve certain problems. And blended learning is an advent of technology, that students take classes in class, then also watch videos and some online and images, they learn by their own, and then they have classroom preaching. This is even if we go in the ancient period, we see there was no technology, but students used to read and write on their own at their level, and then they used to learn same concept in the classroom, which can also be considered as a blended learning, blend of self-learning and teachers preaching. We see that today technology is growing. Educators are using videos and images, but one theorist, Torrington says that the use of curated video is common practice among teachers. Now we are using the recorded videos from YouTube. A small number of teachers are creating their own video for their own students. This is still lacking in today's educators, that educators are not creating their own videos. And according to Peirce, traditional education policies not only put pressure on students but also turn them into testing machines. The essence of education has changed from educating people into talents to cultivating talents for examination. This is what the phase we are going in, where students are getting ready for tests, exams, and marks, but not getting skillful. In increasing the overall time devoted to lecture style teaching leads to an increase in test scores when explicitly including the two problem solving categories and the other class activities. This statement also says that how today's education system is working, which focuses on lecture and test scores, which is not giving and capability of critical thinking and problem solving. In conclusion, we can see that educational practice has adapted to meet changing needs and context. Education and teaching methods are increasing. Methods are developing, new methods are coming, but their backbone is ancient methods. Ancient methods such as lecturing, demonstrating, and Socratic questioning laid a groundwork for foundational teaching strategies. As we have seen it, that if we want to see further, we have to stand on the shoulders of the giants. And even for developing new teaching methods which uses technology, we are standing on the shoulders of giants. Today teaching methods have evolved significantly, incorporating advanced technology and structured approaches to enhance learning outcome. The progression of teaching method highlights the ongoing pursuit of excellence in education. These are my works cited. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Now, the session is open for questions.
Well, my question is, how do ancient and modern methods differ in their approach to student engagement and motivation?
Looking for, if, as my presentation also talked about the comparison of ancient and modern. After this presentation, I realized that ancient methods were also trying to incorporate student engagement and motivation. And there came a period where all this suddenly lost, and we started focusing on the marks. And now again, we are moving towards the same path, that students develop various capabilities of problem solving and critical thinking. Ancient, all this was present, and now we are moving towards. It was a phase in between where we lost everything. That is what I realized after this presentation.
Okay, anybody else?
My question to you is, why, according to you, NEP 2020 has more focus on student-centric method other than the teacher-centric method?
NEP 2020 is having focus on student-centric method. That is clarified in that. And as we saw, as I answered in the previous question, that it was a phase where students are not developing skills, not developing thinking capacities, and are focusing only on marks. And that can be perhaps the problem in education system, where it has become rote learning. Students are just learning things for the exam purpose. They are just going through but not developing. And so student centric methods are more focused, that they have active participation, active engagement, and they learn more. Instead of marks, they focus on skills, they develop confidence and discipline.